Good morning! Yes, another week begins in our sad, lonely, pathetic lives. It's Monday, the 2nd of March, 2020. Welcome along to another week, as I say, in our sad, lonely, pathetic lives. Let's see what sad, lonely, pathetic people are with us this morning. Mick Davenport up there at the top. Morning, Mick. Hello to Ray Reynolds this morning. Michael Pullman. Good morning, Paul and Lou. We have Gavin Bass, delightfully waiting for today's broadcast. Greetings to you, Gavin. Adrian Richardson, very early as well today. Good morning, Adrian. And Mikey Mike, who has retracted his first message. I wonder what it said. That's very, very strange and mysterious. Where is Michael Pullman's? Mike Reese's Ponto's first message was retracted. I wonder what it could be. Could it be evil? Evil message from Mike Reese Ponto. Evil. Sorry, I'm getting quite carried away with my little new tunes that I've got there. I'm glad you like my new little tunes. Good morning to Trevor Campbell. You're up as well early. Everyone's early this morning, aren't they? Well, good morning, everyone. Bit cold outside. I put the bit, although I haven't got the heating on. Strange, isn't it? That too is very strange and we can have too much of that too. Yes, it's sort of not. I wasn't cold this morning when I woke up, but I put my nose outside, and let's be honest, it doesn't take a lot to get that outside, does it? My nose, I have a Manilow nose. Oh, sorry. A rather amateur moment there where you saw the door open there into the studios of United Kingdom Talk here in the heart of Berkshire. Yeah, I put my nose out the door this morning, and yes, indeed, it's a little bit chilly out there. Morning to Diane. Jeb, morning, Diane. I was putting my recycling bin out, and I got a text from my delightful neighbour Dave, who's away at the moment. He likes to do lots of nature things, not naturist. Why people want to go on these trips and take off all their clothes, I do not know. And you never get fit ones, do you? You never get fit ones doing that. People with nice bodies like Tom Daly or someone like that, you know. Or, you know, Liam Payne. There's someone we'd like to see naked. Liam Payne. You don't get people like that. You only see, you know, fat, balding, middle-aged men like me. That's all. It's true. You don't see fit people at nudist places. Has anyone been to one of those nudist places before? I can't see me walking around just completely naked, things flopping around all over the place. And what about when you have dinner? You know, you're sitting there with it, they bring a meal over or something like that, and I don't know what it could be like. You know, like potatoes and more. One of my favourite meals is sausages. And, you know, and if you was to move in a wrong way, you could have the most disastrous accident, couldn't you, on your plate? Not only with the knife and fork, but with the gravy as well. Oh, my God, the pain. You know, and again, for the ladies, you know, you're sitting there. Perhaps you are, like my sister, you know, she's not short of a chest. Do you know what I mean? And you could be sort of having your meal in front of you. I don't know what it is. You have at nudist colonies. Are there specific types of meals? It seems the sort of place that you might have a salad at. I mean, what salads? Rabbit food, darling. Rabbit. Who wants to sit? I mean, what's the point of lettuce? What does that do, lettuce? It's just this green leaf that sits on your plate. I don't think it does anything at all other than help you lose weight. I mean, I'll be honest myself, I could probably go a week on lettuces. Is it leti or lettuces? I can't remember now. What's the plural of lettuce? Is it lettuces or leti? This green leaf. What is the point of a lettuce? Please tell me now. But that's the sort of food that I think that possibly people have at nudist colonies. Oh, that's what it's called. Is it? Colonies. Nudist colonies. Yeah. And my sister might be sitting there with a plate of lettuce or salad. I think my sister likes salads. A little tomato in her. And as she leans over the plate, you know, her chest gets in the way. Awful. Running around naked. What do they do at nudist colonies anyway? Do they like play games like football or things like that? I don't know. Anyone know? Are there any nudist colonies around here? Perhaps I should visit one. Who's going to be with a long-range camera for that one? Maybe we'll see Call Me Harry there and his new wife. Call me Harry. Call me Harry. No, nudist colonies. I don't think I'll be attending a nudist colony very soon. Very dangerous places, especially if you're eating a meal or so. Do they have transport? Are these things very big? Or does it just tend to be a house? Is it like a village, like perhaps like a Pontins or a Butlins or something like that? They've got one of those in Skegness, haven't they? A Butlins in Skegness. Is it like a Butlins, a large area where people literally, they walk out and they've got no clothes on? I mean, isn't that cold? Are you allowed to wear like a coat if it's very cold? You don't want that ice getting to your extremities. Very, very dangerous. It could stop working forever, boys or girls. Don't want to get ice up there. Terrible damage. You've only got to see, you know my caravan, dear. You know my caravan. I have to take all the liquids out of that when it's going to be very cold. When I leave that caravan for a few days, I have to pull the pipe off and all the water comes running out. All the liquids come out. If you were in a nudist colony, remember the body is made up of, I don't know the exact figure, 85% water or something like that. And if it was very cold and you left your little chalet, or wherever you're staying in, you left your little chalet, started walking around and it's below freezing, that ice could swell up inside your body and then damage all the little pipes that service various areas of your body, The intaking pipes and the the getting rid of pipes. Rupturing pipes. Very, very dangerous in the human body. Do they have a little transport system? I wonder how that works. Because if you've got no clothes on, you haven't got any pockets. How do the buses work on the nudist colony? Are they little cards? You couldn't have, like, for example, they have in London, they have the oyster. Is it oyster or shell card? I can't remember. I haven't got one. I've never been used a shell card or whatever it's called. I think it's oyster. Is it oyster? Oyster card on London buses and trains and things like that. Where would you put it? Maybe you could get one of those little double-sided tapes. You could stick it to your chest or something like that. But then, of course, if it gets wet, it might fall off while you're having a swim. I think I could do swimming naked. Anyone done that? Naked swimming. Anyone done naked swimming? I'm not liking the sound of a nudist colony. I don't think I'm going to be attending a nudist colony very soon. If you have, I hope you enjoyed the experience. Let's have a look. Mikey Mike says, nothing evil in my retracted message, just partially sent good instead of good morning. I do wonder what people have tried to say when they see retracted message or something like that. I do wonder what it is sometimes. Good morning to Fran Green. Morning, Fran. Michael Lawrence. Michael's coming to the pub tonight. He's got his key ring that he won last night. Did you win a key? No, someone gave you a key. Sean Pye sent him a key ring last night. I think it was Sean Pye. So Michael's got a key ring to come to him tonight. Mick, lettuce isn't good unless there's bacon and a tomato in it in a nice roll. I do like a crusty roll, Mick. Difficult to get crusty rolls nowadays, isn't it? You used to go to the baker and I'll have 4 crusty rolls, and they were crusty. I always remember my mum used to have one every lunchtime with, I don't know, a bowl of soup or something like that. She'd sit there and eat with a crusty buttered roll, and it's you could hear it as she bit into it. And you can't get crusty rolls. Difficult to get them now. You get them in Waitrose, but even then they don't seem to be as crusty as they used to be. Those old soft bat things, you don't really need teeth to have those. Very useful for people who've got no gums. Or no teeth, rather. Just gum. Hello. Oh, that's for my teeth. You don't see people with no teeth anymore either, do you? My mum and dad had false teeth. You don't really see people with false teeth anymore, do you? Huh? That's an olden day thing, that is. We all look after our teeth. Now, my teeth get brushed twice a day, thank you very much. And did you know you're supposed to leave the toothpaste on your teeth? Don't rinse out. That's what they say. I started doing that last year. At first, it's difficult because, I don't like this. But you get used to it. So literally, give your mouth a good rinse out. Here's my advice from Dentist Chris. Here's my advice. When you brush your teeth, go in there, right? Get the water, rinse out your mouth before you brush your teeth to try and get rid of all those little bits of sediment from your most recent meal. Sediment or anything else. You get a little bits of food, perhaps the occasional little black curly hair in your mouth, and then just rinse it out and spit it. Spit it into the sink, and then brush your teeth. And 2 minutes. 2 minutes you need to brush your teeth, possibly getting rid of any of the coronavirus that might have got into your mouth because you just deep snogged someone. Like that. Brush those teeth, and then when it's finished, you spit into the sink. Clean the sink out, you dirty people. We don't want dirty sinks in people's houses, please. And then literally that's it. Wipe your mouth off, rinse your mouth off, but don't rinse it out, and then go about your daily business. And within like 20 seconds, you'll have forgotten that you haven't rinsed your mouth out. That's what the dentist says. You're not supposed to rinse your mouth out because the stuff that's in the toothpaste that you're putting on your teeth is supposed to stay there. If you rinse your mouth out, it doesn't stay there, does it? There is my thank you. Any problem you've got at all, medical, financial, spiritually, just come to me. For only £50 for 10 minutes consultation, I shall sort out your many, many problems. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Trevor, Eureka in Kent. Is that a nudist colony, is it? Eureka in Kent. Have you been, Trevor? Have you been to taking all your clothes? Oh, I feel sick. Blah! Blah! Oh, Trevor. Oh, I've just got this picture in my mind of you being naked. I feel quite ill now. We may have to cut the show short, even before the raffle. That'd upset you, wouldn't it? Huh? Who was late in with a raffle ticket today? You just about got in there. Ross Herndine, 7:51. You were lucky, mate. Just got in there with a raffle ticket, which I sent over to you. Do try and get them in a bit earlier. Remember, you can only claim your raffle ticket up to 1 hour before the show starts, and he made it by about 10 minutes. Congratulations. Good morning to Rob Lincoln. He uses a bungee. What, when you're in a blooming nudist colony? How awful. Paul and Lou, do nudists play shuttlecock on the beach? I have no idea. I've never been to one, thank you very much. Good morning. Now, Claire. Claire, you seem the sort that would go to a nudist colony. I don't know why. I feel that you'd be the sort of person that would go to a nudist colony. Do you know, I've still got this pain in my... Just here it is. This pain in my chest. I might make an appointment at the doctor. There's no lump or anything. It's just... I don't know what that is. Oh, hang on a minute. Well, what's that there? A little pea thing. Is that on the same side? I get it on the other side as well sometimes. It's not down the bottom. It's there. I must go and see the doctor. I don't really want to go to the doctors at the moment. You know, in case anyone's in there with a coronavirus. That's all you got, isn't it? That's it. One sneeze and you're dead. I have to go in like this. Hello, can I make an appointment, please? Then they might think I'm a terrorist if I go in like that, mightn't they? Oh, you can't win, can you? Claire, do you go to nudist colonies? I reckon you do. Mandy, it gives a whole new meaning to the word, to the swing low, sweet chariot, coming mother, carry me home. That one. Nice song. Gavin likes lettuces, do you? Perhaps you'd eat a few more, Gavin. We'll send you all the lettuces. All the lettuces that'll be sent to Gavin in future. Barry Manilow for Michael tonight. Yes, what would you like me to sing? What Barry Manilow would you like me to sing tonight? Good morning to Dave Moses. Dave tosses the lettuce over his shoulder to keep them out of the way. You see loads of them growing when you're driving through Lincolnshire. Loads of it. I've seen people stealing lettuces from the fields as I've been driving along. Seriously, stealing. I suppose they get a lot, don't they, farmers, when you think about it? There's stuff being nicked from fields. I don't know why they just don't go on the door and knock. They'd probably give you one rather than trying to nick one. I knew it. Claire went to the Cap d'Agde. Agde. Is it it's like a foreign word there, dear? Can you write that in English, please? Went to Cap d'Agde, nudist resort in the south of France. Oh, she gets it all in, doesn't she? Oh, south of France. Yeah, not Butlin, Skegness. Not Haven Holidays, Mablethorpe. Oh, no, not Claire. The Cap d'Agde in, south of France. She's so posh, Claire. So posh. She's been to a nudist colony. Oh, dear me. Really? Is there any photos that you could send? Can we show the photos? Oh, dear. Paul, Claire going to a nudist beach when you were young and smoking stuff. Claire is, she's all coming out now, dear. Well, she would have been one of them posh university people. I bet. Did you go to university? I bet she went to like Cambridge or Oxford, somewhere like that, Claire. Yes. Not like you, Paul and Lou. Comprehensive school. I bet it weren't even Catholic. Did you even have prayers at your school? I bet you didn't. No assembly. They don't have hymns anymore. It's awful. Awful. Let me just scroll down a little bit here. Fran, there's Fran there. Who else is here? Let's have a look. Good morning to Life of Fun. Morning to Life is Fun. Welcome to our show. Life is Fun. Welcome along to you. She was a nudist. I knew it. Claire was a nudist for a few years. Went to Studland Bay. Well, somewhere I could go. That Studland Bay, couldn't I? Studland Bay. Famous nudist beach on the south coast. Also, there's a place near you in Bracknell. Oh, is there really? Just a moment. Let's look that up. Nudist colony? Nudist colony. Bracknell. Where's this then? Oh, yes. Heritage Family Naturist. Oh, it's in Crowthorne. I can cycle there. It's only about 3 miles away. And oh, there's a website. One moment, please. Let me bring up the information for our many viewers all over the world. The Heritage Family Naturist Club. Look at this. A tranquil naturist haven set in 4 acres of landscaped grounds surrounded by a natural trust woodland. Located in southeast England, we are within easy reach of London, Oxford and Windsor. Of course, near Windsor, dear. Yeah, that's in case the Queen... I bet the Queen goes in disguise. I bet she goes in disguise. The Queen's walking around there. We have a well-balanced age range of members, covering all ages from 20 to 80. We are centrally located for great days out, Berkshire, Hampshire, and so... Oh, there's people... Oh, my God, there's people laying on the grass naked. I said, why is it always women? Pretty women. But you never see... Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no, dear. They're sitting there having a drink. These old dears, bless them. Oh, not for me. No. Oh, I was wondering it. There's one doing an interview. Oh, no. Why don't we see fit blokes at these things? There's always women. You know, always some pretty women. I'm sure the blokes would like them. Not my cup of tea, dear. Can we please see someone like Cristiano Ronaldo naked at one of these places, dear? Let's have something to look at, for God's sake. I think if I was to go, I'd probably be the only fit one there. That's what I think. I'm sorry, that's what I think. Thank you very much for that, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Where are we? I'm losing my place here. Morning to Gary Butler. Morning, Gary. Sean Pye. There's young Sean Pye joining us today. There we are. I can't keep up at the moment. Dave, blimey, you naked on a bike. Now that is pain and suffering. That's what you need. Pain and suffering regularly on this channel, as given out by Mandy Davenport. Thank you very much, Mandy. Bad news if you drive in London. The speed limit has been reduced as of today. One moment, please. I nearly stopped my stream then accidentally. Got so many mice going on here. Yes, This Is Money is like a website, what usually part of the Daily Mail. Roads within the congestion charge zone, I think that's the double red routes, controlled by London Transport, will now have a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. That is from today, as part of the Mayor's effort to cut road deaths and serious injuries in the capital. Oh, no one's going to be able to move around at all now. It just gets slower and slower. Not that you can go more than 20 mile an hour down the Euston Road anyway. It's only actually 5.5 miles of roads. Let me tell you, if you're driving around London during the daytime, it feels like you're doing a hell of a lot further than 5.5 miles. But that's all it is. Roads within the congestion charge, all 5.5 miles of roads managed by TfL within the zone, that's the congestion zone, will have the limit cut to 20 mile an hour roads, and all speed cameras have now been recalibrated in time to enforce it from today, the authority has said. Roads outside of Mayor Sadiq Khan's control will not have the limit imposed, but TfL said it will work with boroughs and the public to introduce lower speed limits more widely across the capital. Now, I heard on the news today that it's the red routes. All the red routes have got them as well. I'm sure I saw that on the news this morning. So that would be more than the congestion zone, surely. The red routes go further than just the congestion zone, don't they? Am I right there or wrong there? I'm not sure, actually. Motorists caught travelling over the new limit will receive 3 penalty points on their driving licence and a fine of £100. TfL aims to introduce safer speed limits across a further 87 miles of the road network, focusing on high-risk sections of road, town centres where people walk and cycle, and street neighbouring ambitious local speed reduction programmes led by London boroughs. So if you're driving in London, as from now, watch out for those speed limits. You don't want to get a speeding ticket. I mean, 20 mile an hour, for God's sake. In some of my older cars, like I had a Golf, couple of Golfs and Escorts, I would have found that difficult to do. Not so much in my car, actually. Sticking to that 20 mile an hour speed limit it's not an easy thing. No, it's not. You know, you're watching that, and of course, while you're watching the speedometer, you're not watching the road in front of you. That's the thing. You're trying to do all these things at the same time. It's difficult to drive at 20 mile an hour. It really is. You're doing it, you know, you're looking at, okay, 20 mile an hour now. And then you look in your mirrors and you look around, you know, you're looking in front of, and then you look down and it's crept up to 25. It's difficult to drive at 20 mile an hour. It really is. It really is difficult. Anyway, that's a bit of news there about the London roads. I understood that it was the red routes as well. I'm sure on the telly this morning they said it was the red routes as well. Good morning to Jack Matthews. Very good morning to you, Jack. All right. Adrian says, why don't they change the law about the people who walk across the road on their phones? That have been more helpful than the motorbike idiots who don't care about how they drive. You're absolutely right. And the cyclists that go through the red lights. All of them. No, it's all about the motorists. They're not bothered about anyone else. They're not bothered about pedestrians running across the road, staring blindly into their blooming mobile phones. They're not worried about people like that, because if they get hit, it's your fault. It's an attack on the motorist. That's what it is. Mick says it's nearly 20 mile an hour in Bristol. We've had it there for 4 years. It's annoying as you can't get out of third gear. It is annoying. And also, I don't know if you've got the automatic speed thing on your car, Mick. You know, when you're doing a certain speed and you can hit the button and then it will continue to go at that speed with a safe distance from the car in front. So you can't hit car in front. If it sees the car in front brake, my car brakes for you automatically or slows down. I don't think it does it straight away. It will slow down first, and then if that car has not taken its foot off the brake, then my car will brake. So you can't hit it. But it doesn't work at 20 mile an hour. I think you've got to be about 25 mile an hour or over, something like that. What's it called? Radar radar cruise control, that's called. It's quite good on the motorway, you know, when everything's flowing, sort of, especially at night time, you know, when I'm going to my caravan. That's really good thing, that is. So that's the Red Roots. Doctor Who last night. I watched Doctor Who last night. Fantastic. A really good ending to a Doctor Who. I think it was Paulie H. I don't know if he's with us today. Paulie put a little message on and said he didn't enjoy the episode at all. He couldn't follow it. I followed it. The only thing is, Paulie, I wondered, did you have a mobile phone next to you at the time when you were watching it and you kept picking it up to check messages? Because that's a really good way to lose concentration of a TV show. I've learnt that, you know, to my advantage. I now turn the phone off and I put it in the kitchen or on the stairs, which is well out of my reach, and I sit down there, and I was totally enthralled by last night's edition of Doctor Who. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Jodie Watley has so got that down to a T, and a little team of Bradley Walsh and the other two that are with her. Wonderful. Really, really excellent episode. The last of the current series of Doctor Who last night. Highly recommended. Please watch it. Really, really, really very good. That's Doctor Who. This morning, I had the telly on this morning. Piers Morgan back on the ITV thing, so I watched a little bit of that and then I switched over. Dan was on. Dan was on BBC Breakfast News today. I quite like him. Dan, he's very he's kind of low key. Do you know what I mean? He's like in second gear. He's just cruising. No. He's like he's in second gear and he's going slowly along and he's very, very relaxed. Very relaxed, and I quite like Dan. So I'm watching that this morning, and then I flicked over and at a bit of Piers Morgan. I was rather disappointed that Bill Turnmill is not there again. He just filled in last week for 3 days. It was lovely to see him back on the telly. But it was Piers Morgan. And then the advert came on. And it's an advert for a bank. And it's fantastic. So the advert starts off and the camera is filming inside a shed. And there's this lady sitting there and she's like got all control panels. She's got levers and I think there was a couple of computer screens in there from what I remember and little meters going around. And she starts throwing levers forward and she's got goggles on. Okay? Throwing levers forward. And then suddenly the camera shot comes to outside the shed and you can see a shed in a garden, and then it cuts again to a picture of the roof on the shed and a little hole opens on the roof and a rotor blade. Rotor blades come up through the hole and start whirring around, and then the camera shot comes back away from the shed and this shed takes off like a helicopter. I love it. It's an advert for Starling Bank. I mean, I've never heard of them, Starling Bank. But, wow, excellent advert. I need one of those sheds, thank you very much, so I can travel to my places of employment and not get caught up in the traffic and have to do 20 mile an hour on the red routes. How fantastic. Has anyone seen that advert? Starling Bank. The helicopter shed. I love it. I need a helicopter shed. Perhaps I can have a word with my nephew, Gary Butler, who's with us today. He could probably build me something like that. I'm sure you could, Gary. Absolutely do that. Good morning to Tony King joining us today. There you go. Fran says cruise control won't work for 20 mile an hour. No, it won't. I think it's about 20. It won't work until about 24 or 25 mile an hour. Then I think it will. I'll try it tonight, actually. I'll see what it works out tonight, okay? All right. Yes, so that's that. Now, does anyone... See, my car is a Starship. I've never felt like I'm driving a car because I'm a Star Trek person. Yeah. Space. Ba, 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 ba. The final frontier. Ba, ba. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Ba, 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 ba. Its 5-year mission to explore new places. And something else. Ba, ba. Da, 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 da. Bing, 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 ding, ding. Bing, da, da. Da, 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 da. Bum, bum, ba, 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 ba. Da, da. Da, 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 da. Da. Ba, 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 ba. Yes. We love, as I'm driving around in my Toyota RAV4, I feel like I'm flying a spaceship. And when people I talk to myself in the car. Anyone else do that? Oh, it's just me, is it? I talk to my crew when I'm in the car. Seriously. Scotty, can you give me any more power, please? He always says no, doesn't he? Ah, Captain, the ship cannot take it. He says in a Scottish accent, which I'm admittedly not very good at. Oh, yes. And then if I see a car in front of me that won't get out of the way, I fire phasers at it. Fire phasers! And if that doesn't work, I'll load and fire a photon torpedo. And the car is still there, strangely enough. Wouldn't it be great, though, if we could have cars with weaponry like that attached to them? Huh? Phasers and I don't know what else. Phasers and photon torpedoes. Oh, that's what we want on the front of our cars. to destroy the cars in front of us. And if you see Borg cube in the distance, i.e. police cars with radars, you switch on your cloaking device. And the car miraculously can no longer be seen by anyone else, which could possibly a little bit be dangerous if there was a large articulated lorry behind you. I like the sound of that. Cloaking devices, phasers, and photon torpedoes. I'm going to write to Toyota. I shall write to Toyota. That's who my car is, and see if they can arrange it. Well, they've got battery cars. Surely they can put on a little old phaser on the front of my car. Huh? Perhaps they could do that at the same time they're fixing my rather expensive broken backlight. Huh? What else could we have on that? We need the communicators, little badges with, hello, beam me up now, please. Oh, luckily, you want phasers on your car, don't you? I know you do. Beam me up, please. And you can just stand there. Obviously not while you're flying a spaceship. Could be quite dangerous. The spaceship could then fly into other vehicles in front of you, dear. And they won't be able to see you because you've got your cloaking device activated. Oh, yes. That's what we need. Cars with phasers. 1 moment, please. Let's say hello to someone else. Colin K. I've said hello to Colin. Let me see. Did I see Ross? Is that Ross Pats out there? Hang on a minute. I can't see Ross Pats out. No, I can't see Ross Pats out. Oh, we've gone too far now. Too far now. David, weapons may come as standard on a Toyota, but you have to buy the steering wheel separately. Tony King, my car has a laser cannon. Yes, please. That's what we need to get rid of these people who are in the way. Uber drivers, an excellent idea to get some of those Uber drivers off the road. No chance of them ever passing the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit in London, is there? Uber drivers, why haven't they lost their licence yet? Get them off the road. A blooming nightmare they are. Uber drivers, get them off the road immediately. Clogging up the Euston Road every single night of the week. Oh, what lane shall we go in? Oh, I can't decide. Oh, let's go in that one. Don't worry about the indicator. No one's watching. No, not really, mate. I wonder how many accidents Uber drivers have. They must have hundreds. They are the world's worst drivers, Uber drivers. Even worse than people over the age of 80. At least people over the age of 80 know how to indicate and do this, that and the other. Okay, they might be going at 3 miles an hour on the fast lane of the motorway, but at least they know to indicate. These Uber drivers, and actually I see less and less indicating now going on the road. Anyone else notice that? No one indicates. The best ones are at roundabouts. They come flying across. They don't check. Or they sit there. They either do that or they sit there and don't know what to do. It's true, isn't it? Give way to the right. If there's no one coming on the right, off you go. The trouble is you've got to watch on the left as well, because they come flying out of the left. Sort of the next one round the roundabout. Idiots. Jack says, I thought there was enough death, doom and destruction on the roads already. No, not with Uber drivers. As much as possible, please. We need more Uber drivers with death, doom and destruction happening to them immediately. Please have you got a large truck or something like that, Jack? Perhaps I can employ you to come over here and drive over and destroy all the Uber, generally Toyota Prius cars they are. They've all got Toyota Prius cars. And so, last time I went to get a new car, he said, have you looked at the Prius? I said, you must be joking, mate. And he's like, why not? It's a good car. It's a good car. And I said, I'm sure it is, but if I get one of those, I'll be labelled an Uber driver. No, thank you very much. Don't think I'll be doing that. So that's Uber drivers. Now, does anyone use TikTok videos? TikTok videos. I need a bit of advice here because where's my phone? Right, so I've downloaded these TikTok videos. Now, I understand they are short videos, I believe with a limit of 60 seconds. I can't see myself doing something like that, but I thought I'd have a little look around and see what's on there. And once again, there's stuff that you would like, stuff that I would like, and there's stuff that I'm not really interested in, like, you know, young ladies putting about 10 inches of makeup and, oh, look at me, I'm pretty. I'm not really interested in anything like that. But they all seem to stop too quickly. They don't actually seem to finish. Do you know what I mean? And is there a setting on it? Does anyone know this? Let me just, I'll play one now and I'll see. It is the here's right. So there's two girls here doing something. A pro dancer and an ex-footballer. Nothing beats a warm-up routine. So they're dancing. Look, they're doing a bit of a dance, doing a dance, and then it just stops and starts playing again. And I don't think I've got it set up right. But that is exactly how it was when it was downloaded. I haven't changed anything on there. So have I got to do anything? I shall leave that phone over there in case anyone's got any advice there. TikTok videos. Is it a company Keisha started? I don't know. Seems to be a lot of people doing dancing. I'll tell you what I like. Synchronised dancing. Like, what was that thing on Britain's Got Talent? Diversity. I think that's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. Actually, Justin Timberlake, not Justin Timberlake. He's got a good song out, incidentally. Justin Timberlake, he's got a new song out. Absolutely brilliant. Have you got it yet, David Moses? Has that been loaded onto your system, ready for eventual broadcast, dear? Whenever you play that song, Dave, on your new... presumably you have that sort of music. I don't know. Presumably you have that. Oh, talking of which, there's 2 new community stations up here on DAB, I noticed. Radio Woking, which isn't 100 miles from here. It's not far at all. And Radio Brooklands, small-scale DAB stations. Is that what you're going to be? One of those? How much does it cost to set up one? I don't understand why there isn't one in Bracknell. We're a big town here. You know, Woking, in comparison to like Woking or Brooklands, we're enormous. Enormous. And I don't understand why Bracknell doesn't have a radio station, really. Yes, anyway, so Justin Timberlake's got a great new song out. Listen to that one. But with the synchronised dancing, if you watch some of Justin Bieber's stage show concerts, they have the synchronised dancer. He's really good at it. He's just so bang on. And his other dancers behind him. He's, of course, at the front and does, all this movement, sudden movements. And it looks fantastic. There seems to be quite a lot of that on the TikTok. TikTok is like that. Now, Ross says they're limited to 15 seconds. Oh, really? I understood it to be 60. But nevertheless, whatever the limit is, even if it's 15 seconds, the videos just don't seem to finish. It's like everyone's cut out a section. It's a little bit like me doing a set. It's a little bit like me doing a set. And then it repeats. Do you see what I mean? It's a really annoying. They don't finish. The videos don't finish. On the subject of roads, Jack's got the same problem with the roundabouts in Perth. They're just useless. They're absolutely useless, these drivers. So you say 15 seconds, those videos. Okay. Don't know then. Fran's heard of the TikTok, but not bothered with it. Gavin's got TikTok. Don't know how to use it. Is that to make videos, Gavin? So if you're going to make them, let them finish. They just stop halfway, and it's really annoying. Radio 210 has just started on DAB in Reading as well. But they've been around for a while, haven't they? Radio 210. That's not a community station, is it? That's an ILR. These are little community stations, Woking and Brooklands. And to be fair, they're quite close to each other. They're on Trial Aldershot. Does that mean something to you? Trial Aldershot. Morning to Roy Brownlow. Just joining us this morning. Morning, Roy. So that's the Red Roots. Right, what else have we got here? Stop searching for two girls on there, though, dear. You will end up getting your eye burned. What's two girls? Oh, I'm going to have a look. What, on TikTok? I'm going to see what that is now. TikTok, two girls. Should I just type in two girls? 1 minute now. Two girls. Two girls. What, kissing? 1 cup? Dancing? Screaming? Crying? Two girls, one boy? Two girls dance? What one am I looking for? What's the one at the top? Two girls, 1 cup. Okay. What's that? Oh, I can't even see it. It's so small. The writing's really small on here, isn't it? Two girls. Well, the first video, that throwback to this masterpiece from my friend's birthday. Oh, what's that now? Let me have a look. Oh, no, dear. Oh, my God. They're like two dolls and they look like they were going to the toilet in a cup. Is that what that is? Don't send me stuff like that, Dave. It's awful, dear. Awful. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, shocking. Shocking. Right, in the Daily Mirror. 2 kids found asleep in wheelie bin by stunned worker about to be put in crusher. What a strange place to go to sleep. Now, I would imagine that bin men come across this sort of thing often. Horrible people, perhaps, with pets that they don't want anymore. Literally just putting them in a bag and sticking them in a bin. You know? And you know what happens once you're in that machine. That's it, mate. You're crushed in little bits and pieces. Awful. In the Daily Mirror, it says the driver in North Wales said the rough sleeping children narrowly avoided tragedy as bin lorries contain a blade inside that cuts through the rubbish and could have crushed the pair. A binman has described being stunned to find children hiding in a wheelie bin he was about to empty into his truck. Gosh, I mean, surely you'd notice the weight. David Pine, who has been working as a HGV driver for a waste management firm for 16 years in North Wales, said he was emptying a cardboard recycling bin in Wrexham when he found 2 young children asleep inside it. He's 65. He recounted the concerning incident as he revealed he had seen a rise in the number of people sleeping inside bins or using them as shelter. That's how desperate some people are, you know. Isn't it awful? Sheltering inside a wheelie bin. The most worrying incident was in Wrexham, which is, of course, is it North Wales? I'm not sure. In Wales, 2 years ago. I was emptying a cardboard recycling bin and something just didn't feel right. My sixth sense said to check it. As I opened the lid and I started to move pieces around, I couldn't believe what I saw. Inside were 2 young kids sleeping, a little boy and a girl. They must have been about 9 or 10 years old. It's sad, isn't it? I woke them up and they were so scared they jumped out and ran off. I reported it to social services, but I never heard anything back again. He spoke to North Wales Live, which I presume is a newspaper or a news type thing, I suppose. Where is it now? Yes, he spoke to North Wales Live after a report from the waste management company Biffa revealed a shocking surge in rough sleepers using the bins as a shelter. At least 7 people are known to have been killed in the last 5 years because they were sleeping in bins. Gosh, it's just awful. But I I must say that's the first I've heard about people sleeping in bins. I've heard before about pets. It's just... Oh, you remember that old bag? Do you remember that old bag from about 5 years ago? She was caught picking up a cat and dropping it into a wheelie bin. Do you remember that? Awful. I mean, I suppose they can't really check every single bin that comes along, can they? They'd just be there forever, wouldn't they? When you think about it. Fran, don't worry about the thumbs up anymore, my darling. I don't think it makes any difference at all. I really don't. But thank you for taking on that little job some time ago. Don't you worry about those thumbs up or thumbs down, my love. Fran, I think you're right, Fran. 15 seconds for TikTok for young people to watch. That is absolutely their attention span. I think you could be right there. Absolutely. So that's that one. What else have we got here? Build your own house. Now, there's probably one or two of the lads on here that can do this. I would imagine someone like Sean Pye could do this. My brother-in-law, Martin, could totally do this. In the Daily Mail today, this YouTuber has built his own house. I kid you not. It says, turning to online tutorials. How's that camera today? Is that working this morning? No, not that one, that one. No, it's not. It was working earlier, wasn't it, when we had the 3 up? Oh, no, it's not. That's gone down again. It keeps going down, that camera, for some reason. Never mind. Turning to online tutorials to fix a leaky tap or some tiles, which is something my brother-in-law does, and I'm sure one or two of you can do it as well, to simply watch a YouTube video about doing stuff and then doing it. I think it's very clever. Turning to online tutorials to fix a leaky tap or lay some tiles can be a godsend for DIY enthusiasts. This bloke took lessons a few steps further and built a dream 5-bedroom house. And I've got to say, it looks fantastic. It's like brick at the bottom, and then the top bit is all like clad in beautiful wood. He had no construction experience. He was an IT worker, which was a bit of a geek, sitting in front of computer screens all the time. He completed the home with 2 outbuildings on his own for just £140,000. Well, I would have thought you'd have done it cheaper than that. I mean, you can buy, in various areas of the country, you can buy a decent-sized bungalow for 140 grand. Not down here. I mean, you won't get a flat for that down here. But certainly, up in Lincolnshire, I've seen bungalows in certain areas of Lincolnshire for that price and less, actually. All it took was wading through loads of YouTube videos and DIY books on everything from plastering to roofing, plus an awful lot of time. Not something I could do, you see. The father of one, 51, said, once I knew everything was level with the property, I got on with it. It was long, hard work. I looked some stuff up online and in books. I knew what I wanted to do and just did it. I had a good contact with people who helped me up with products. It's not the most outrageous build. The place runs very cheaply too. It's probably got some really good insulation in it. There's an underground heat pump and runs on electric only, no gas. It's been a labour of love. I mean, how fantastic it must be to build your own house. I think that's wonderful, that is. You're going to have a lot of patience. Presumably, you'd come across various problems that are particular to your type of house, although not a problem that someone else hasn't had at some point. I don't know, you could be digging away for the foundations and come across a root that you just can't get up or something like that. I'm going to get that in the garden. When I'm trying to put plants in, I hit a stone and you've got to dig around the stone and get the damn thing out. He says there's an underground heat pump that runs on electric only, no gas. It's been a labour of love. The family have been very supportive. I would work as long as the light allowed. Everything took longer because I was learning. Mr. Harley came up with the idea after a builder joked that anyone could build their own home. So he began his epic project on the site of an ageing bungalow, and that's in Hampshire, in Ringwood, in 2008. It took him 10 years, I think it said. He first demolished the old property and got to work on the new build with the help of the trusty video tutorials. You'd have to be very patient, wouldn't you, though? You know? I don't think I'd have the patience to do something like that, really. Mr. Harley and his partner lived in a caravan on the plot during the work and even had a baby halfway through the build. Bless her. Eve was the baby's name. Also living were her 2 sons from a previous relationship, which they admit made for a tight squeezer. In a caravan, yeah. I mean, where my caravan, and one person really in a caravan is enough, to be honest. I think so. Mr. Harley quit his IT job so he could progress quicker. He finally finished 10 years later in 2018, a couple of years ago. And the home has 2 bathrooms, an open plan lounge, dining room and kitchen. The 2 outbuildings have a gym and TV room. What a blooming wonderful thing to be able to do like that. And as I say, I'm sure there's 1 or 2 of you on this channel who could do such a thing. Perhaps 1 or 2 of you have had a go at that. Or built an extension, something like that maybe. Fantastic. Life is Fun says, I've got an outdoor building, a shed, 10 foot by 10 foot. That's a decent size, isn't it? He's got fixed roofs, plus fully rewired hours, so I'm a top dog at DIY, plus I'm a qualified electrician and NVQ chef. Level 1, 2 and 3 and a food critic. You do everything, Life is Fun. Much more than me. Much, much more than me. I think so. You haven't been sacked, Fran. You haven't been sacked at all, darling. No one gets sacked. That's why I'm very careful. It's like the whole moderator thing. I remember when we first started the chat box, people screaming and shouting, make him a moderator, make them a moderator. The problem with making someone a moderator is that if you do something that you're not happy with, you've got to then take them off, and then all hell breaks loose. Better not to have them in the first place. Don't you think, Fran? Better not to have a moderator in the first place rather than watch it all disintegrate into terrible things there. That's Fran there. Let's not go too far there. Okay. There we are. Mick says his fingers are insured for millions. Cut them off, Mandy. Cut off his fingers. Pain and suffering time. Yeah, baby. We've got the raffle coming up shortly. Peter Andre fans in the sun today. Fans of Peter Andre have been ordered not to have physical contact or selfies with him at the question and answer session because of the coronavirus. Now, I get this. I'm very wary of touching anyone's hands when I'm at work. I don't like doing it. And it seems the more people realise that you're a bit like that, perhaps a bit odd, a bit strange and mysterious. The more people realise that you're like that, the more they seem to want to touch. They put their hands out to shake, and knowing damn well that you don't want to shake. Well, I just keep my hands in my pocket. Sorry, I don't shake hands. End of. I've got my magic spray at work now. My magic Dettol spray. And anyone that looks a bit dodgy gets a spray down before they come up on my stage, my love. That's it. Anyway, Peter Andre's doing it now. Stunned. I don't know why they're stunned supporters. Stunned supporters of the mysterious girl singer were shocked to see signs up and warning them at an event called An Evening with Peter Andre on Saturday night. I think he's absolutely right. And the notice says, due to the recent cases of the coronavirus, please do not have any physical contact with Peter Andre, unless, of course, he fancies you. That's a different thing altogether. Take the risk. Take the risk, Peter. Please do not take any selfies with Peter Andre. Why not selfies? Because you don't have to be physically touching someone to have a selfie, do you? Apologies for any inconvenience. Thank you, Central Hall, Southampton. The former I'm a Celebrity contestant appeared on stage at Central Hall in Southampton, where he discussed his life and music. A bottle of hand gel was on the table on the stage where he sat for the event, which cost 20 quid to meet him. They do this meet and greet thing. This is a relatively new thing, I think, the meet and greet. I remember you could just meet people who were entertaining you, certainly at holiday camps, you know, when we used to go to Pontins and that, we'd have people do singing, not massive people like you would have seen on the telly, but nevertheless cabaret entertainers. And you could meet them afterwards. They might be standing at the side there and, oh, thanks very much for singing and all that. Now, a lot of them charge you to do that. It's called meet and greet. Anything from sort of 10 quid upwards to 1,000. Barry Manilow does a meet and greet. Now, according to the Manilow people, his meet and greet is like a charity thing. He does a charity thing. So he collects all this money together and uses it to buy instruments for various schools in the United States. But the meet and greet with Barry Manilow, okay, which includes front row seats, you get to meet him for a few minutes, and I think you get a drink and a little bit of food. It's £1,000. £1,000 to meet her. Worth every penny. Absolutely worth every penny. Have I done it? No. Have I tried to do it? No, I haven't. Because I think sometimes you want to see the image that they are projecting, and you might meet someone and you think, actually, that's not really. Oh, I don't think the mobile. I'm afraid the text in number isn't working today. I better take that off then, hadn't I? I've just realised that the text in number isn't working today, I'm afraid, boys and girls. So you can't text in. If you've been trying to text in today, I'm afraid that's not working. Look, something's happened to it. It might just need a charge up, I don't know. But no text in number at the moment this morning, I'm afraid, boys and girls. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think there's something to be said about keeping the mystery of someone. Like some of these people on the telly, and I've heard stories over the. In particular, one of the Spice Girls was really rude to one of my friends. You know, really, really very rude to one of my friends. And sometimes I think it's perhaps better not to meet someone, just to accept what you see on the screen, rather than questioning everything and pointing out faults and things like that. You know, just watch her, and if you like it, carry on watching. If you don't like it, switch it off. Simple as that. So many people throwing out their suggestions all the times and stuff like that. Anyway, so no contact with Peter Andre. No contact with Peter Andre. However, the Iranians have got contact. Yes, in the metro this morning. Did you know they lick shrines? Now, I happen to know that Mick Davenport has a little shrine. Sorry, what's that, Dave? You've referenced the new Barry before. That's the March one. Well, this appeared last night, dear. This did appear last night. What a shame you weren't with us, Dave, because you would have had the full entertainment last night. But you weren't there, lovey. Well, you're doing some wires at the studio. Dave does wires at the moment. He goes up to his little studio, which is in a shed. Without the helicopter. He's not in a helicopter shed. Dave's got a little bedroom radio station that he's starting off. And he's always up there twisting wires together and put a bit of tape round them, haven't you, my love? I'll come to the metro story in a moment. Let's read a couple of messages for you, gang. Life is fun. If you wanted to start a business, there's days you need lots of qualifications, but in the old days, you need to learn on the job. That's what I did, learn on the job. I learned on the job. I was a BT engineer. Life is fun. A job that I really enjoyed, actually. But basically, they put you out with another bloke for 6 weeks and then gave you a van. There you go. Get on with it. Now, you do all this stuff in universities, which I'll be honest, I think in most cases is a complete and utter waste of time. People now come out of university owing £70,000 and go and work in a fast food shop. Yeah, and some of the stuff, media studies. How many people do you think can go on the radio? They're sacking them by the bucket load on the radio. Everything's automated. Everything's automated. Unless you're on a little community station that actually takes interest, as Dave's radio station will do. You know, the little community stations, small-scale community stations that take an interest in what's going on around. And I mean, when I say an interest in what's going on around, I mean on different levels. Perhaps someone in the town has been murdered, or perhaps a little scout group or a school in the town has got a jumble sale. It's all there on community radio stations. Fantastic. ILR have given up. They've given. That's places like Capital and all that. How many times do you hear Capital Radio telling you what's going on in, I don't know, Westminster Abbey or something like that? No, they're just chucking out the music all the time. Community radio stations. Very good, very good. Let's just scroll up there. Fran, does Fran need a new job? I love you, Fran. You know I love you, Fran. I don't want to give you work unnecessarily, though. Don't you worry about those thumbs up, darling. Life is fun. It's hard doing DIY and doing your own work. There's so much health and safety in this crazy world. Yes, and again, life is fun. There never used to be that. It's like when I was a mobile DJ. What is mobile DJ? You know, you rung up, you booked me to come and do your wedding, birthday, anniversary, wake, whatever, social club. I'd turn up, do the job. Thank you very much, Chris. There's your wages. Walk off. Done. Not anymore, mate. Oh, no. Certificate for this, certificate for that. Has it been pack tested? Have you got insurance? Oh, God. It's so different now, to the point where you don't want to do it anymore. And all these little certificates. So you've got to pay for them all as well. Unnecessary expense. Used to just turn up and do it. I mean, so what if someone now and again got electrocuted? It's just a way of things, isn't it? Talking of electrocutions, my mate recently, he's just had some electrical work done. I thought it was an excellent price, actually. He was telling me how much it cost. Basically, he was in the kitchen the other day and he went to pull out a plug from a socket and the whole socket came off the wall with the wires sticking out. We don't know how that happened. Anyway, he's had an electrician go round there and he got other work done at the same time. He thought, oh, I'll get all this other stuff done, which he'd been meaning to do for a few years now. And so for a start, this socket was in the kitchen. The bloke come round, he said, that's too close to the sink. He said, I can't put that back there. He said, it's illegal. He said, I can move it over. I think it has to be a certain distance away from water. I'm not exactly sure how this works. But so he put a blanking plate on there, I think, and then run a wire in that plastic stuff. What's that called? You know, the little plastic square long stuff. Trunking, isn't it? Run along to the correct distance from there. So put another socket there. Then he had to put another socket underneath for the washing machine. And he's got all the gadgets there, dear. Washing machine, tumble dryer, all sorts of things. So put another socket there. Fix that. Changed his fuse board because he had really old fuses, like the pull-out ones. No switches, pull-out fuse, you know, with a little bit of wire. Do you remember those? That's the fuse board. So they changed the fuse board, did that, checked all the wiring and sockets in the house. I think that's all he did. £695. I thought that was a blooming bargain. I thought he was going to tell me that would be about £2,000. Because some people, you get ripped. It's so easy to get ripped off. So easy to get ripped off, isn't it? And he rung... excuse me a moment. He rang an estate agent friend of his who gave him this number. He said, use this one, they won't rip you off. And I think it's a bloke working on his own. In fact, I think he's retired and he just does it as a little bit of extra money coming in, which means he doesn't do much. So, of course, he's not registered for VAT either because he's not earning enough. So he hasn't had to pay the VAT either. Happy days, you know, which would have put another 70 or 80 quid on 150 on 600 and on £700, nearly another £100 that would have been, wouldn't it? But he doesn't earn enough money, so he's not registered for VAT. Happy days, you know. Happy. It's so easy to get ripped off. Like me with my car light. Toyota wanted 570 quid almost. I've gone to another bloke. He's going to do the lights and do all the scratches and scuffs around the car for less than that. So easy, so easy. What else have we got there? Oh, it's Labour Day in Perth today. I'm not quite sure what that is, Labour price. What is that? Hello to John Parrish. Yeah, I thought that was a very fair price. In fact, I'll be honest with you, John, I thought that was below fair. Below fair. I expected him to say somewhere between £1,500 and £2,000 for something like that, you know, with that unit. And apparently the bloke was there about, I think, 9, 10, 11, 12. He was still there at 1 o'clock, 1:30. So he was there a good 4.5, 5 hours doing that. The thing that seemed to take the longest time was changing the fuse board. I suppose they have loads of wires coming out of that, don't you? Oh, I'd be so confused here. Very, very confusing. My fuse board change cost £250 plus testing. Well, he's had other stuff done as well. To be honest, I should have mine done, really. I've got a fuse board. Mine isn't the pull-out ones, but it's the really old, big switches. You know, not the little click one. No, click, not those. big switches and pull them down like that. I don't think I've ever tripped a fuse here at all, funnily enough. What else have we got here? John used to do pat testing, 50p an item for Lloyd's. I bet it's not that now. It wouldn't be that now though, John. 50p an item. That's not bad, is it? Hello to Fernanda, who's in Kurdistan. Welcome to the show. I think it's your first time there today. Welcome to our show. Fran isn't worried, darling. We appreciate what Fran has done. It's just an unnecessary job, really. Worrying about thumbs up and things like that. If you want to carry on, Fran, you can do so. But it's not, don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's all right, my love. If you're happy to do it, then you carry on doing it, my love. Everyone must be happy here, dear. We like happy people. Happy... Oh, do you remember that? Biscuits. Happy faces. Happy faces. Happy faces. Remember that? The biscuits. What is it? Oh, 10 It's going quick, isn't it? Life is fun. Is fed up about the paperwork. I hate it. Alan Wainwright. Hello, Alan. Trained as an electrician in the RAF. Doesn't mean a thing in civil life, does it not? No. Yeah. Oh, well. Well, Fermanda's there in the Kurd. It's lovely to have you there today, I must say. Imagine how many PCs, screens in a call centre. Oh, Christ. 50 pence each. That's not a bad price, dear. More value than the prizes I give out on this show. All right, we'll do one more story and then we'll do this week's raffle, okay? And this is in the Metro today. Now, various different religions do various different things. In the Catholic Church, we have and have various different methods of contact with other people. In the Catholic Church, where I'm a member, they give out communion. So he's touching a bit of bread and he's putting that in your hand or in your mouth, depending on how you want to take it. Or you shake hands. There's a bit of contact going on there. And we've seen other religions with, hugging and all that business. Well, what about this one? In the Metro today, shocking footage has emerged showing Iranian worshippers licking shrines in defiance of a killer corona outbreak. Officials have confirmed 978 cases in Iran and 54 deaths, the highest death toll of any country outside China. But religious leaders continue to reject advice from the health ministry to close holy sites to help stop the spread of infection. Worrying videos posted to social media show worshippers saying they don't care what happens. I'm not scared of the coronavirus. Well, a child is even howled for licking a shrine in the northern city of Qom, something like that, which has become the epicenter for the Iranian outbreak. A journalist shared the videos and said the Iranian regime is endangering the lives of Iranians and the world by keeping the holy sites open. And they literally are standing. It says touching and kissing surfaces in shrines is a common practice for pilgrims, and religious hardliners argue that the holy sites of Qom are a place for healing, but many Iranians are worried that the clerical establishment is not taking the outbreak seriously, while Iranian health workers have reportedly admitted the number of people that have died from coronavirus could be 5 times more than the government figures claim. And it says the smell of disinfectants has become a nightmare. The city smells like a cemetery, a morgue. Oh dear. So they're trying to clean it down, and where people literally licking the shrine. Each and every one to their own, I suppose. Probably not the best thing to do in this time, isn't it, really? When you think about it. Alrighty. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to do the raffle. Let's go over to our raffle cams. There we go. Raffle cam standing by. Let's turn on the other microphone. And all your tickets from last week are now in there, and someone's going to win a fridge magnet. So let's just go over. I've got to kneel. I've got to kneel down while I'm doing. Can you still see me if I kneel down? I've just got the top of my head there, the bald bit. Here's your raffle tickets. Okay, they're all in here, boys and girls. And it's time to pick a raffle ticket. Now, I like to look straight at the camera while I'm picking a raffle ticket. Okay, so you know that I'm not looking in the bowl and looking at a specific number, because everyone always thinks it's all fixed. Hey, to be honest, if you thought it was fixed that badly, you wouldn't be asking for a raffle ticket, would you? Be honest. You wouldn't. So there we are. We'll mix them up. And now let's play the drum roll. One moment, please. Drum roll coming on now. Picking a raffle ticket and looking straight at you while I'm doing it. Here we go. We've got one. Ready? Moving the hand. It is ticket number... Oh, wow. 600 and... Oh, my leg's hurting. Ticket number 604. Let's move this over here. I can see the name on there. There we are. Ticket number 604. You're not going to be happy. But there we are. Ticket number 604. Who has got that? Let me see what your raffle ticket is. Does anyone realise they've got ticket number 604? Please have a look. Life is fun is sitting in a restaurant eating a full English breakfast. 4 of each item. What, 4 sausages, 4 eggs, 4 bits of toast? How can you eat all that, dear? Free coffee. I'm not a tea person. Toast is my favourite. Yes. Gosh. Shocking. Shocking. Let's have a look there. Excellent. There we are. So who's won that? Ticket number 604. Have a look. Let's see if anyone claims it. Tony King says it's not mine. Mick says it's not me. Anyone? Is it anyone's ticket? You're not going to be happy, I tell you. You really won't be happy. Jaffa cakes. Who likes Jaffa cakes? I haven't had Jaffa cakes for ages. Do you like Jaffa cakes? Do you like Jaffa cakes? How many Jaffa cakes could you eat in one sitting? Again, it's in the Metro this morning. Stu Haler says the answer is 36. 36 Jaffa cakes. 36 Jaffa cakes in one sitting. Stu had a mission to hold a record for the most Jaffa cakes eaten in the shortest amounts of time. He's 39 years old. He didn't just scoff through the lot while binge watching on a Netflix show like the rest of us. He managed a whopping 36 Jaffa cakes, wait for it, in 3 minutes. 36 Jaffa cakes in 3 minutes. He chomped through the impressive haul to take the title at a competition held by the British Eating League. 5 contestants gathered at the George pub in Stockton-on-Tees to take part in the event. Some entrants travelled nearly 2 hours to get there. I reckon my nephew could do that, actually. I reckon my nephew could do it. Can you do that, Gary? But I'd probably do it with you. We could do a competition, Gary. See who can eat the most Jaffa cakes in one go. What do you reckon? Hello to Roy the boy. Welcome, Roy the boy. John Parrish, black pudding. No. No black pudding. Who else is mentioned in food? Local lad Stu walked away with a cash prize after getting through 1 Jaffa cake every 5 seconds. Oh, they are nice, aren't they? Jaffa cakes. Do you like them? Life is Fun likes tea cakes with peanut butter. Yvonne Lemon. Good morning, Yvonne. Likes Jaffa cakes as well. Yeah, I like them. I like them. Eating is a sport, and I'm proud to chair both the Eating League and Ultimate Eating Championships to bring competitive eating to venues all across the country. Every event is overseen by the UK Competitive Eating Organisation, which supports with safety planning, rules and guidance to ensure every event is safe for all. And there's a table, you can't see it obviously, but there's a table there, and it's got rows and rows of, Yvonne, rows and rows of delicious Jaffa cakes just waiting to be munched up. Yes, please, mummy. We'll have some of that. It's only open to over 16s, so unfortunately, great nephew Harry won't be able to do that either. Although I think it's Evie, actually. Great niece Evie, she's 7. She's the eater. She's just permanently eating. She never puts on any weight, of course. They don't. They don't have any weight at all. All right. Okie doke. Right. What's the time? Right, one more story, and then we'll do today's raffle tickets. Oh, hang on a minute, let me put the raffle tickets in the bin. put these raffle tickets not in the bin, in the one ready for the next super draw, which will be on Tuesday the 31st of March. Next super draw on Tuesday the 31st. Oh, listen, I've just realised something. That sounds good, doesn't it? Look, I'm echoing there. Do you remember this? We cut them into pieces for mash get smash. You remember that one, don't you? Yes, you remember that one. Okie doke, let's get we'll get the raffle tickets ready. Don't ask yet, we're not doing it yet. Who won? Who won the raffle? You want to know? Then she's not there, unfortunately. She'd be very pleased. My sister. 604 goes to my sister. There we go. Sharon Butler. Congratulations, sister. She hasn't actually got one of those. So that can go downstairs. Ready for a pile of washing to do when I eventually go back up north. There you go. There you go, sis. That will wait there for her to claim it. Thank you very much. There we are. Waiting for her to claim it. Gary, get straight on the phone. Get straight on the phone to your mum, darling, all right? 6:11. Let me just get these ready. Michael, Chris, tell us who won. Yes, my sister. My sister's got it today. First time she's won. Congratulations. It's funny, actually, and Martin won one of the bingos last night. He won the main prize last night, actually. He won a T-shirt. We've still got a few T-shirts left. I've only got medium left now. Oh, incidentally, I've ordered some more stuff for prizes. Won't tell you what they are yet, but they should be here within the next couple of weeks. I'll tell you as they arrive, they will become prizes. Or you can buy them, it depends on what. Okay? The only thing you can't buy is the hats and these, because I think it's important to keep certain things as just prizes, if you see what I mean. So you can't buy those. You can only win those at the raffle, and of course the hats as well. There's only 4. We still got. Isn't that funny? Is Rachel with us? Can't remember if Rachel's with us. We've still got 4 hats left. The hats are not going, and yet there are people that are desperate wanting the hats, aren't there? There really are. So the hats are still there. There is other stuff arriving. I ordered 4 different things last night, which I hope you'll like. You gave me a list of stuff last night, a suggestion, so I looked down that list, and things have been ordered. And I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I like to put more into it. You know, I like to put it all in. As you know, I kind of know how I like the show to be. And it's that way now. I'm quite happy with how the show is at the moment. Will they be Thai wives? No, Thai wives. No, dear. Not Thai wives. Someone suggested lanyards. 2 people suggested lanyards. But I didn't think the interest was there for the lanyards. So that isn't a thing. But there are other things, nice things that I'm sure you were going to like, as long as they turn up and they're all right. Unlike those blooming yellow key rings, which really didn't work, did they? But a couple of you had one of those. I've got a few of these left. Now, so you see, the problem with this is it didn't print very well. Okay? So I wrote to the company and they refunded the money. You can have one if you want, £1. All right? Just £1 to put it in the envelope. Okay? £1 if you want one. Was it 150? Just for the stamp. No, it's not 150, is it? Large letter stamp. Whatever a large letter stamp is, I think it might have been £1. Does that go through the? I don't think that'll go for the letter thing. No, it can't. It's got to be a £1.50. I tell you why. Because Mick Davenport lost his. You've got to put a large letter stamp on it and put it in a plastic envelope because the metal goes through the side of the envelope, unfortunately. One of those things. All right. Okay, one more little story then, and then we'll give out the raffle tickets, all right? Dirty dining. Now, I didn't know about this. Health experts are warning in The Sun this morning of a hidden dangers of buying takeaways online that are being prepared in dark kitchens. Now, what do you think of dark kitchen? I thought it was somewhere where the lights are out. I don't know. By cooks with no hygiene or allergy training. Large brand takeaway companies such as McDonald's, Deliveroo and Uber Eats have taken measures to ensure kitchens are complying with food hygiene standards and that prepared in dodgy, dark kitchens is not available through their apps. A new investigation shows some takeaways ordered online, including through the Facebook Marketplace, are being prepared in kitchens operated by people without training and with no allergen information. Unknown food sellers are taking advantage of hungry diners online and the surge in demand for home delivery, according to the Daily Mail. Now, I was listening to the radio yesterday. Was it an advert? I think it was an advert when I was driving down to church in Roehampton yesterday. And there was an advert for McDonald's breakfast now available to order and be delivered. I mean... how lazy do people want to get? So you can just imagine it now. Wake up in the morning. You know what sort of time these people would wake up, don't you? 11 o'clock in the morning. They pick up the phone. Or can you send me a McDonald's breakfast? I don't know what it is, like a sausage roll or something like that, isn't it? I got vegan sausage rolls for lunch today. Oh yes, please. I've got to do that and some vegetables. Beautiful, because I'm trying to empty the freezer, aren't I? It's coming down. And I just pick up the phone. Oh, could you send us over McDonald's breakfast? And I bet the bloke would arrive then, and you still wouldn't be up. He'd be banging on that door, wouldn't he? Trying to get you. I mean, how lazy can you be to order breakfast to be delivered from McDonald's? God's sake, man. Some businesses a world away from popular brands and revered independent restaurants are peddling tainted food, it says here in The Sun, through social media places such as Facebook Marketplace. Now, I don't think for one moment that would happen if it was McDonald's. That's coming from... there's no extra dark cupboard or something where they're cooking food. It's going to be coming out of their restaurant. But you can understand that it might be happening in some places where perhaps they've set up some sort of hut or something and they're doing food in there and sending it out. Who's checking on the hygiene? That's a thing. These road kitchens are allegedly to be run from industrial estates without a restaurant or outlet attached to the premises. It could have a detrimental effect on people ordering their takeaway on their phone app, with the value of the delivered food industry estimated at a whopping £6.2 billion in the UK alone. Gosh. It's said that of 380,000 foodborne illnesses, nearly 2/3 are linked to takeaways. Have you ever got an illness like a burger or a dodgy burger or something like that? I'm always hearing people, I've got food poisoning. I went out for a burger yesterday or something like that. Wouldn't you? Eh? FSA has put a Facebook notice that it expects food sold through its services to be policed correctly. Curries, pasta dishes, party food made in home kitchens are being sold without clear information or ingredients. Which, of course, if you're allergic to something as well, there's many people who are allergic to like peanuts or dairy products or something like that. Very dangerous. So be very careful. Ordering all this stuff online, I find it a little bit dodgy, really. I cook most stuff. I don't even like going out to eat, to be honest. Restaurants. I like my afternoon teas, but that's a rare occasion now as well. Going out to afternoon teas. Righty-ho. Raffle ticket time, boys and girls. If you want a raffle ticket for next week's raffle, please ask now. John, would you mind if I put your channel on the caravan site? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. Put it on in the caravan site. Well, they've got a communal screen. Who's going to sit there and watch this? Have you got a clubhouse? You're not going to put it on in the clubhouse. No one's going to sit there and watch this rubbish, are they? There we are. Let's just scroll up there. Roy the Boy had a big breakfast at the Premier Inn yesterday. Yes, they do a good breakfast, don't they? 3 sausages, 3 bacon, 2 eggs, black pudding. Not the black pudding, oh no. Hash browns, mushrooms and beans on toast. That sounds nice. Hello to Fun Things to Do with Tech. Yes, we've done the raffle, thank you very much. All done now. Scrolling nice and quickly. There we go. Right, and down we go again. Right, let's go. Burger vans on the road or boot sales, yeah. Yeah, you can do what you like with my show. I don't have any copyright or anything like that. I said the same things to BBC people because whenever they're using a bit of, they're playing quite a lot of my stuff now up in Lincolnshire, and they always ask permission, and I'm like, just use whatever you want. Same for you, if you ever want to repost something or whatever like that, don't worry about permission. That's fine by me. Okay, there's no money being made here. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose. All right, here we go. Yvonne Lemon, you got the first one in there. 611 for Yvonne. Raffle ticket time, boys and girls. Yvonne Lemon, 611. Gavin Bass, 612. If I missed your name out, please don't remind me until I get to the end, and then I'll ask if I've missed anyone out, okay? We've noticed when there's a lot of congestion, a lot of messages coming through at the same time, some of them seem to get lost. We found this out the other day, so it's quite possible that your name just doesn't appear in front of me. So just wait for a little while until we get to the end of the list, and I'll let you know, and I'll correct the issue then, my darling. Okay, Gavin Bass, Fran Green, 613. Thank you, Fran. 614 for Michael Pullman. Dave Moses wants a ticket for his Thai wife. Dave Moses. Delivered by DPD so I can prepare the candlelight supper. I know what time she'll be arriving. Is that a takeout as well, Dave? You seem to be the sort of person that can't cook. No disrespect to you. Sean Pye is 616. Tony King, 617. Mike Reesponto, 618. Fernanda says, your room is perfect and surprisingly beautiful. Thank you. It's just a backdrop. That's all it is. Look, you can. Let me show you this. Oh, it's not working, is it? Try that. There you go. Look, it's just a backdrop. That's all it is there, with bits and pieces. It's nice, though. It's from China, that is. Very pleased with those backdrops from China, really. Mike Reesponto, who's after him? Oh, where have you gone, Mike Reesponto? You've disappeared. Oh, there he is, Mike Reesponto. Colin K, thank you, Colin. 619. One Man and his Sprinter Band, thank you, 620. I bet you can do DIY, can't you, One Man and Sprinter Band? I bet you're good at DIY, fixing stuff and all that business. Michael Lawrence, 621. Diane Jebb, 622. Roy Brownlow, 623. Never remember if there's an E on the end of your name or not. Jack. Where's Jack now? Jack Matthews, thank you, Jack, 624. Colin Coates, 625. Mick Davenport, 626 for Mick Davenport. John Parrish, 627. Were you cold up there last night, John? How was it up there last night? I've got no water. I took the pipe off and got all the water out of mine. You have to do that if it's going to get cold and you're not up there. I assume it was a bit cold up there last night. Oh, did you get blown around on Saturday night? It was blowy again, wasn't it? That old caravan rocking away like that. I love it. I love being in a caravan. You know that. Yvonne Lemon, thank you, Yvonne. Oh, we've already done you, Yvonne. You got 611, Yvonne. Mixed leaves have arrived. Excellent. Claire, 628. Claire L, 628. Ross Herndon, 629. John, can I have a ticket for my Filipino wife? She's got to ask on her own name, I'm afraid. All right, you can't ask tickets for anyone else, whether they're family or anyone. She needs. If you just log into her account and ask under her name, okay? And that'll be fine. If you can do that now if you want to, or email me. If you can't do it now, just get her to email me, and I'll reply to her with her ticket number. All right, my love. We've got a little rule that you can't ask for anyone else's tickets. All right, my darling. Yvonne's off out now. Have a nice day, Yvonne. 70-mile-an-hour winds up in... Oh, cold blimey, that caravan would have been blown about there. Mandy Davenport, thank you, Mandy. 630. Mandy is head of security on this channel now and deals out pain and suffering. That's what Mandy does. The neighbours thinks he was bonking. What are your age? All right. Looks like we've done all the tickets. Did I do Claire? Hang on a minute. There's Claire's. If I've missed anyone out of the raffle tickets, please speak now and I'll happily correct that for you. Okay? Meanwhile, let's do today's birthdays. I think we've only got 4 birthdays today, actually. Let's have a look. 4 birthdays. Here we go. Yes, here we are. Marlene House today is 58 years old. Happy birthday to Marlene. That's a lovely name, isn't it? Marlene is a lovely name. We've got Mark. Hello, Mark Cobain. Good morning, Mark. 29 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Mark. And Susanne, I think is one of our Manilow ladies. Hello, Susanne. Susanne Sharon Dizotel, I think it is. Suzanne today, it's her birthday as well with her. One of our matches. She's met Barry Manilow, one of those people who was lucky enough to meet Barry Manilow. So happy birthday to you all, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, girls and boys. Okie doke. Thanks very much for joining us on the show today, boys and girls. We'll be hosting karaoke tonight. If you're around in North London and you want to come, there it is. Karaoke tonight is at Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road in London, very close to King's Cross Station. It's about 10 minutes up the road from there. Okay, if you ever want to come along. 7:30 to 11 o'clock is the time for the karaoke today. I've just seen Gavin Bass's name come up there. Did you get your ticket? Yeah, 612, Gavin. All right, so we will be streaming the show, hopefully, as always, live. If you're wondering where it's streamed, just look in the bottom right-hand corner of this of this programme, and you should see featured channels there. Featured channels, and there you can see Karaoke London. Or if you can't see it for some reason, just type in Karaoke London channel, and you should be able to see it there. Once again, thank you also to our silent viewers. We have many, many more silent viewers than there are on the chat box. Don't forget, I always know you're there. Plenty of stories, my darlings, for you, okay? So I hope our silent viewers and indeed our chat box viewers also have a nice time today. And I'll see you for tonight's karaoke, if not sometime tomorrow morning. Have a good day. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Cheerio now.